Carlitos, do we have you on the line?
Yes, you do, Daniel. How you doing?
Very good, my brother. Thank you very much. And, of course, the question which I would have to ask you, Carlitos Rovira, is what is your take on this situation that is actually going now in Ukraine?
Well, I've been watching the news headlines and I've been trying to follow up on it. It's a complex matter, but at the same time, it's very simple. The way I see it is, Putin and the Russian government have been put up against the wall. Do you remember the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Of course.
Well,
yes.
This
absolutely.
is very, very similar. The scenarios are very similar, where the Soviet Union had hundreds of nuclear warheads stationed in Cuba, and that made the U.S. rulers freak out. For the obvious reasons, they were within range, etc. Well, this is precisely why the Russian government, headed by Putin, also freaked out when the Ukraine, it looked like Ukraine was going to become part of NATO, and what that meant was that they were going to start positioning nuclear missiles in that country, and that was something that Russia was not going to have. To be within range of nuclear devastation. For us to really get a grasp of what the situation is right now, we would have to go back to the fall of the Soviet Union. Immediately after the Soviet Union ended, and the countries, the republics that made up the Soviet Union started becoming independent, there was a lot of negotiating with the West, with the United States in particular, and mainly that these countries would not join NATO. Okay, this is something many people in this country do not know.
Right.
What happened since 1991, all of the former Soviet republics slowly but surely started becoming members of NATO. So the NATO, the leaders of NATO started reneging on a promise that they had made to the newly formed Russian Federation. Comes 2016, there was a coup d'etat in the Ukraine.
2014, I believe it was.
2014. Forgive me. In 2014, there was a coup d'etat where a government that was friendly to the Russian Federation was overthrown.
Right.
And what you have was in its place was a government that followed the tradition of the fascists that welcomed the Nazi Germany into Ukraine, back in the 1940s. And I say, following the tradition because there was always a fascist movement in Ukraine. And that was something that the Soviet Union had problems with. They always had problem with that element in the Ukraine. And during the course of the deterioration of the Soviet Union, this force in the Ukraine was very, very problematic. Very problematic. Anyway, once that coup d'etat took place in 2014, there was, the present government started shifting westward.